This week I'm in the beautiful hills of North Wales as I check out the One Planet Adventure Trail Centre in LLandegla Forest. Known in the community simply as Degla, it's been around for a while now, but it's probably one of the best all-round trail centres, certainly in North Wales and possibly the UK. That said though, I do think it's got its bad points, which I will go into later. So, situated just west of Wrexham, it's one of the easier Welsh trail centres to get to, with main A roads and motorways not too far away. It has great facilities, ample parking, on-site toilets, bike shop, cafe and a bike wash. There's even a bike hire and a workshop in case something goes wrong. They also offer bike skills courses for the uninitiated and have a plethora of walking tracks. So if a member of your clan prefers, they can take in the scenery with their hiking boots while you go off and shred some trails. As for the mountain bike trails, well, there's plenty of them. I clocked up just over 30 miles filming this video and never really rode the same trail twice. There's trails for all abilities, and in this video we look at the blue, the red and the blacks. Regardless of which trail you choose though, you'll be welcomed with epic views as the trails traverse around flowing streams, forest single track and rolling hills. So without further ado, let's get into it. All the trails start from the same point and there's no getting around it. You've got to do the biggest climb straight out the gate. All the trails start at the top of this climb, so there's no avoiding it. But personally, I don't think it's such a bad point. Yes, you're often hitting it before you've had a chance to warm up, but it's not a technically difficult climb. There's plenty of places to stop for a breather, and once it's done, the rest is easy with just a few shorter climbs for the rest of the trails. Now, in my fitter days, I've done this climb in about 40 minutes, but to be honest, I'd probably usually take an hour. However, today on the new Mondraker Crafty R e-bike, it took me about 20 minutes. Now, speaking of that Mondraker, I actually used this ride to give it a full test and review, and that video will be going live in the next couple of days, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Once you reach the trailhead, all three trails start off by following the same section called the roller coaster, with the black and red continuing for some time but the blue soon splitting off. I continue to follow the main trail and I'll come back to check the blue out later. After a short while, the two main trails reach a junction as the black and reds split. Now, it's worth mentioning at this point that not all trail grading is done the same. There's no overseeing body like British cycling or a set of rules which everyone's follow. It's very much down to the people managing each trail centre or bike park. Degla seems to base its grading not just on technical difficulty but also size of loop or fitness. So for example, the black routes here have many lengthy sections which seem fine and are not particularly difficult, but then suddenly you may come across something which is beyond your skill level. That said, and I stress this is just my opinion, the black route here would usually be a red route at most other trail centres. An example of that is this chap here who's clearly a novice taking his child down one of the black features. I certainly wouldn't recommend doing that, especially not with a helmet like this chap. Anyway, let's go check out the red route.
Just on the red trail here, so we had a look at this little red. It comes through this woods and there's this little double takeoff here. One's a very gentle step down, and this one here I think is supposed to be a big right hand hip. That's actually quite a steep landing. I don't know if you can see that on the GoPro, but that's, you probably can see like where that shaded out at the top, it just washes away. I don't know whether that's just washed down a bit, but yeah, that's the, is that the gap to have? Should we have a go at that?
Right, well, after playing on that red section, I'll go check out the black.
This is where the e-bike feels slow, because I'd usually put it in a load of pedal strokes on a regular bike, but then because the e-bike weighs so much more, it carries your momentum so much more, you don't need as much speed on some of the jumps. It's just a different style trying to get used to. But then small jumps like that, where you're coming out of a corner, I'll be easier cleared that on my regular enduro. Just tell you what though, it does feel really good to be back on Welsh soil after a year of lockdowns and pandemics, and this is just epic single track. Again, massive racing line or Strava line, depends how old you are. Oh, that's nice. I don't think these jumps need to be bigger for black. Overshooting them by miles.
This epic, smooth flowing single track continues for a while until the two trails meet up again at a jump section that you can go back and repeat as many times as you like. After you finish playing on this jump section for a while, the trail then continues onto a further jump line and then rejoins the rest of the normal loop. After this, the black rejoins the red route as it continues on to epic scenery and some stunning views. So the final few descents are super fun and chilled, and there's no real features. I think if I was going to pick the bad points about the black route, it's there's no consistency in the features, particularly the jumps. The transitions are so different from one jump to a next, and the sizing often gets smaller as you gain speed down the trail, meaning you can overshoot so many landings. That said, it's a minor issue really, and Degla has so much to offer with a small pump track and skills course, which is really useful if you want to gauge your abilities before you decide which trail to ride. There's also the blue route, which is a lovely family trail. You still have that challenge of getting up that first climb, but the rest of the route is all gentle rolling down hills and nothing too challenging, as you can see here. So folks, remember, a new video goes live every Friday without fail, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Let me know in the comments what you think of Degla, or if you've got any ideas for other places you'd like us to see us film. Until next time, take care, see you soon, bye bye.